Yeah, it's hot and windy though. I was out last night because I knew it was going to be hot and windy, and I don't know. I found where my mistake was the other night. So my mistake was you can see this like that sort of thing. If you don't come in the back there and get repulsion, you end up getting gating. So that's why that wasn't working. So in other words, you had to sort of like set it up like this and bring these two like here. And if you get repulsion there, you set them all up there, and then you can set them out. So hang on, if I can put the camera down for just a bit, just like that. So when you bring them up like that on the side there, now you shouldn't get sort of there's repulsion there. So it sort of works, but then I put them around the whole wheel. Either I made a mistake or something, it just wouldn't work, sort of thing. And then I'm thinking, well, this is almost like a Rubik's Cube problem. You know, and I ended up making this sort of element here, which I'll show you in a minute. This will like turns it into like a giant magnet. I just don't have enough magnets to complete the wheel. I mean, I probably have enough magnets to make it get to about there. So yeah. Anyway, let's go to spot colour on this, because you might want a close up of this. Yeah, where's spot colour? Yeah, spot colour. So you got this element here, and go on and so forth like that. So yeah. But anyway, it allows you to slowly cover the ring. It's not perfect, but you know. And then if you put your magnets here, it's sort of what it is trying to do. It seems to work in both directions, which is rather strange. See that like that? The gating is at either end, because it's the north or the south. Basically, I've made a giant three-dimensional magnet in a way, sort of thing. So. The problem is I just don't have enough magnets to do the whole ring, and then it's going to get so heavy it's almost breaking the axle as we speak. So yeah. Anyway, I suppose back to normal focus, but we'll go over here and just, as I said, it's almost like a Rubik's Cube problem. We can put the camera up here. I haven't done the camera with the magnets too close, but yeah, the Rubik's Cube problem being, you know, from an engine point of view, it's too difficult. It's not going to work, sort of thing. And you know, if you try and move something that has axes in all three directions, it's just going to bust apart. And sometimes these Rubik's Cubes do actually bust apart, sort of thing. But the trick to remember is you only ever have to use it in one dimension at a time. That's the trick. It has to be able to do 3 dimensions, but the actual doing of the 3 dimensions really is the problem of just moving it in one dimension of the cube at a time. That's why it's possible to work in a way. But the mechanics inside, you almost feel like it's unengineerable, and I think our situation is a bit like that. We've got ourselves a bit of a Rubik's Cube problem. You know, from a think-funk point of view, it's just almost going to seem impossible. But what I wanted to show you is this. I've got my compass out, by the way. See, what I was trying to show you the other day is one side, where's me? That's one side, and if we go to the other, that's the other pole. You know, the poles are this way, not like this. See, the poles. Yeah, maybe, am I still on the spot column? Let's see, I'm still on the spot column, so you should be able to actually pick that up. You know, see the poles are the same. So poles should be the same. Whereas if I go like that, and now it's not working. That's it. Same problem that someone else had on the on his camera YouTube channel with super magnets. He couldn't get this to work because the thing just wouldn't sit level, sort of thing. Okay, maybe I've remagnetised the compass. Anyway, you saw it the first time. Again, not reproducible. You know, we're having problems where we get into the zone where we can't reproduce something. Anyway, what I want to do is this element here, which what you do is you get two magnets like here, and you find repulsion like that between the two. That's so that sort of pseudo, in a way, stops the gating sort of thing. And then we put that one there, and so you just find another one where it will stick on there, and you'll find that if you squeeze it in here, it repels there, and if you squeeze it in here, it repels here, sort of thing. But you'll find now that you've basically got a face of the magnet sort of thing, if I can get it the right one. So you've got repulsion there, but you've got repulsion there and there and there and there sort of thing, all over, repulsion in all 2 dimensions there. If you go on the other side, you've got attraction, 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 attraction. So basically you've turned your single magnet into a 3D shape sort of thing. So I don't know what you want to call this, some sort of element or something. Okay, now if we take our paper here and put this on here like that, maybe, and put that underneath there, and get out our you know, our iron filings, we should get a better representation of what's going on here. I don't know if we can do it here. So I should basically just have one face sort of here like that. So the black needle is pointing in there, so does that mean all the way around pointing in? So we have ourselves a South Pole basically. Okay, now if we turn it up the other way, put this to one side, which we don't seem to do, put that to one side, and turn it up the other way and do it again, we should have ourselves a North Pole sort of thing. In a way, we've spread the now we've got ourselves basically turned ourselves into a North Pole steadily all the way around. A 2-dimensional North Pole sort of thing. Anyway, I think that's enough for this sort of video. What I need to do now, this thing here is just too much of a build for me, and either I've got to go back to this thing and get this thing to work, this idea here, which spreads out the problem. So this is like a little bit more advanced than the first go, and this is, I think, it's just too advanced for the average person. This is something for Mr. Motion Magnets to have a go at. It definitely seems to be working, but it's almost like turning it into a torus in a way, sort of thing. So if you spread this all the way around, is it going to turn up to be like a torus where all the magnetic field is inside here, and there's no north and south, and yeah, it's not going to work from that perspective. I don't know. So what I think I need to do is to take this idea and somehow get to an intermediate phase between this slightly more advanced version and using the element there, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Over and out for this video, I think.